Hey there, Libra. Welcome to your reading. Sorry, just had to make sure we're actually recording today, right? But welcome to your reading for December 2023. You have this meandering pathway card that says flow, and you have this freedom card, which is pretty nice. A lot of people, and here you go. You literally start with the card of freedom. Four of Wands is a card of setting yourself free, or being free. The Four of Wands, can represent marriage and all that other stuff, but really it's a card of completion and crossing a finish line. So it kind of represents going through this portal in the middle of the card so that you can go have a celebration, so you can go set yourself free. And, really, I believe since Uranus went into Taurus, it kind of triggers everyone to focus on creating more freedom in their lives, whatever that means for you. It's like, that could be, the freedom to work when you want to. It could be the freedom of creating a business, or, it could be anything. So it's, it's going to be different for all of you. But, for some people, freedom is prison, right? So whatever it is, I feel like you're setting yourself free, or have, and probably from something toxic here, is what you are removing from your life. And, again, that could, of course, lead to more freedom. And that seems to me that's what's going on here. You have, and by the way, like every single person has had the Tower again, so doesn't really surprise me anymore. But you have the Four of Wands, the Knight of Swords, and the Justice card, which is your card. You could be bringing justice to a Tower situation, is kind of what I'm getting here. I also feel like, I don't know what I feel like saying here. You have the Seven of Wands right next to that Tower, but it's giving me these vibes of like I feel like it's like you're not sugarcoating something, in your life, maybe with a person, if you dealt with a toxic person, and it does not have to be love. This could be a family member or just a person in general. It's almost like you're letting them have it, or, I don't think you're doing this in a low vibe way either. I think it's like you're no longer putting up with the BS, right? And I feel this could be part of what is setting you free with the Four of Wands. So, just a really good energy in general. You have the Knight of Swords, and Knight of Swords is like an energy of rushing. I have noticed a lot of people have had the Knight of Swords, so no rushing at this time. I would take your time. Again, I'm not like the biggest fan of the Knight of Swords. To me, it can represent like rushing a decision, or making a decision where you should probably get like a second opinion or something. So, I would say if you're making any important decisions, it might be a good time to like find an expert on whatever choice you're making, or to just think about it. You have the Justice card, which is you, Libra, of course, showing up in a very strong position. So I feel like you are the one that is calling justice on a Tower moment, or with a person who has caused a Tower, or with a toxic person that causes Towers in everybody's life. I kind of get that feeling too, where it's like you could be dealing with a type of person where it's like they just try to ruin people's lives, or they're a miserable person, and so they project all their BS onto everyone else. With the Four of Wands, you have the Hermit. You have the Hermit twice here. And sorry, I there's so much going on in this reading. I can't stop looking at the reading instead of looking at you, Libra. But, again, I feel you have the Hermit twice. So the Hermit is all about exposing your light, which I think more people need to do. Again, everybody gets the Hermit as well. And I've been saying to people, we've spent the last 8 years learning difficult lessons and stuff like that. And now, instead of clamming up, it's time for us to shine our light, I believe. And, really, that's what I feel like the Hermit is saying. With the Knight of Swords, you have the Two of Cups here. I would be careful if anyone's rushing back from the past, of course. That is a devil. This could cause a Tower moment because you're not expecting it, if a person is coming back. But at the same time, I'm not totally worried about it, because we go up to the Queen of Swords. Doesn't matter what gender you are. I feel you're just focusing on new beginnings. You have this new chapters card here. So that Queen of Swords is saying that you're probably just focused on new chapters, new beginnings in your life, and you're not even focused on the past. I really feel you need to listen to your higher self as well. Two of Cups is you and your higher self. And I think when you make mistakes, it's because you're probably not listening to your higher self, right? With the Justice card, you have the King of Swords. Yes, I do not like these two together. To me, the King and Queen of Swords together are divine counterparts, but they're not good divine counterparts. They don't see eye to eye. They can cause problems. It's not always true. Sometimes I feel like, it can work or whatever, but for the most part, in this reading, again, some of you seem to be moving away from a toxic divine counterpart or something like that. Next, you have this Dolphin card, and this is showing up in the unexpected. It says, embrace your inner child, have fun. Everybody has had the Six of Cups or something like that, so I think we are in a time where we need to embrace our inner child. You have this Whale. It says, your voice matters, speak your truth. Hermit, twice in the reading. There's something that you need to speak up. That, you could be causing a tower moment as well for other people, but I always say that means that people are too invested in your life. It's like it's one of those things where this type of energy always reminds me of your parents wanted you to become a doctor, but you drop out of medical school and go do something else, and then your parents get all upset, right? And I'm just giving you the energy that I'm getting here. I'm not saying that's what's going on in your life, but it's kind of like that. Like maybe people are upset with choices you're making, but it's your life. Why are they so invested in your life? They should be focusing on themselves, right? And I kind of get that here. I feel like the child card, inner child card, is saying you need to choose your own happiness. You need to choose the things that bring fulfillment and joy into your life. Queen of Cups, your very first card here. She chooses her heart, right? Whatever her heart tells her to do. That's literally the only thing we need to do right now, especially with Uranus and Taurus and Jupiter and Taurus as well. So, I would just choose whatever brings happiness, joy, fulfillment into your life. And just because other people can't see it, again, they should be focusing on their own life. They shouldn't even be focused on your life, just in general. You have the Queen of Cups, the World, and the Tower. Some of you, this could just be a move, by the way. The World and the Tower, to me, always has represented just a move. So, if you're moving, you're moving. It's just that simple. With the Queen of Cups, like I said, I feel you really need to listen to your heart, right? And follow your heart, whatever it's telling you to do. I think the most important part of the Queen of Cups is that she really follows her emotions. Whatever she feels is the right answer. Whatever she feels is pulling her, wherever she feels the right direction is. And we see the Two of Cups here. And like I said, the Two of Cups outside of love is you and your higher self. So, to me, it's a card of communicating with your higher self, maybe through emotions. Maybe your higher self is trying to get you, excited or happy, or trying to bring out that inner child when you think about something that is what you're meant to be doing, whatever that is, right? You have the World. Again, some of you could be moving. This could also be you needing to stand out into the world. In the world. We see a lot of this, especially for you air signs, because of, I believe because of Pluto going into Aquarius, of course, that, we all need to be an inspiration. That's like literally the only thing we have to do with Pluto and Aquarius. It's probably the most spiritual thing that you could do is be an inspiration to at least one person. It doesn't even have to be a bunch of people. One is enough. And you could argue that the Hermit is standing on top of the world. You have the World here, and then you have the Hermit. So the Hermit has learned some sort of lesson, and he's been through a dark night of the soul, and he has a start in that lantern, but he needs to, the lantern is closed. He needs to open that lantern. You have the Tower here. Again, everybody has had the Tower, so, could be some sort of global Tower moment. Who the hell knows at this point, right? But the Tower can also represent, of course, a Tower moment. And the Tower happens so that we can kind of like see reality. I'm wondering if you're seeing a reality or a truth is being revealed here. It could be like uncomfortable at the same time. So it's like, an ex could be coming in and telling you the truth is kind of the vibe I get here. You could be seeing just how toxic they are. I'm not totally worried about it because it looks to me like you have your back to it. The Queen of Swords, she's very focused on the future. She has her back to everything in the past. So, it's like if someone does come in and tell you something, maybe it hurts or whatever, but at the same time, maybe you're just completely moving on. With the Queen of Cups, you have the Magician. Yeah, when you follow your heart, you manifest things a lot faster. I'm also getting something about like your tools that you're using. I kind of feel like you have a hidden talent, gift, skill, or ability. Hermit twice. Sandwiching. There's like a Hermit sandwich going on here. Look at, right here. The Hermit is sandwiching the Magician. And so it's really saying to me that there's some sort of hidden talent, gift, skill, or ability that you need to use that could really help you in some way. And, that could really get you ahead in life. And we have the Devil here. On the Devil, the people on the Devil, they have animal horns, and it represents like our baser instincts or animal instincts. Sometimes I feel that the solution to the Devil is creativity because it kind of represents root chakra energy. We need to, which is creation. We need to bring that energy up to our head and express it into the world. And so, for some of you, I kind of feel the solution here to get to your Nine of Pentacles, which, by the way, your next card is the Nine of Pentacles with the World. To get the Nine of Pentacles, maybe you have to tap into more, maybe you need to take some of your ideas and actually put them into the world. Creative energy is what I would say here. You even have this Mars card coming up next, which says action on it or motion. So I feel it's time to get moving. With the Tower, you have the Two of Pentacles. Two of Pentacles is work hard, play hard. It's about balancing your energy. Every single person has also had the Two of Pentacles. So I would say that if you're working too much, make sure you're playing just as much. I also feel it's a time of focus and simplification is what I would say. So if you're doing like too much, I feel that you're definitely going to have a hard time. I've said it a million times over the past 2 years that if you're thinking work harder, wrong answer. I would be thinking work smarter. And like, how can you work smarter and how can you use leverage? We're in a time of leverage as well. So it's like, are there better ways that you can do the work that you do and spend less time doing it? But we're not talking about sacrificing quality either. So you really have to put your thinking cap on. But again, I keep telling people, it's like the people that put their thinking cap on right now that are willing to experiment, that are willing to play with new technologies and all that other stuff. Uranus and Taurus is literally new technology. So, everybody, I get a lot of people hating on AI and stuff like that, which I totally understand. I don't want the robots to take over either. But at the same time, it's like if you're not using the technology, you're crazy, right? Next, in the area of what's coming towards you, you have this Cancer card. It says immerse. You have this Mars card. It says motion. I literally feel you need to immerse yourself in motion. There's something that you need to take action on, clearly. I mean, the Hermit sandwich that we have going on here. The Devil saying that you need to bring something creative into the world or something that you're thinking of creating into the world. For some of you, I'm getting like a family. So you could literally be thinking about like creating a family for, obviously that's not going to be true for all of you. But I feel like motion is what everybody needs right now as well. I really feel motion is the solution to a lot of our problems, just taking that first step. I think that's like the biggest thing right now. You have the Hermit card. The Hermit is about putting yourself out into the world. And, it is like a card of exposure, but it's not like bad exposure. It's a card of revealing something to the world. So I feel for a lot of you, this is saying that there's something that you've been through and now it's time to share it. It's like time to share what you learned, or, it's time to share what you went through, or, it's time you went through something, you gained a reward for it. Now it's time to, expose that to the world. You have the Devil. Again, I'm getting so much on the Devil. I really feel that it really has to do with creativity. It can represent removing something toxic, which we do see here. There's no doubt about it. Maybe you have your back to a toxic person or a toxic situation in this diagonal here. I do feel like this person might try to come back. So again, if you don't want to hear from a person, block them, do what you got to do, right? Or, kind of be careful. The Devil is, an energy vampire as well. The Devil can represent something that just sucks your energy, but this might not be a person. There might be situations or things that you deal with, or situations that you enter into. Work, could be whatever is an energy vampire. I feel like you need to put some boundaries up against it. I also feel like you need to believe in yourself more. The Seven of Wands is a card of knowing that that something is going to be successful. Seven of Wands is a card of conviction. It says when you truly believe something deep down inside, when you truly believe that something will be successful, that's when you'll find success. So, it's about kind of brainwashing yourself into believing that you're capable of doing something, which I don't even think, I think you are. I don't think there's any brainwashing that needs to happen. With the Hermit, you have the Page of Cups. Secret admirer, definitely. Again, some of you could be attracting a person as well. Could be like a Capricorn, a Virgo, could be an Earth sign. You have Scorpio here twice. Could be an Aquarius, Scorpio, Taurus, or a Leo. Could be any sign, general reading. But, I feel like some of you are in either you're the secret admirer or someone is a secret admirer, and someone needs to make themselves known here. With the Devil, you have the Wheel of Fortune. Yes, I would be careful of repeating a cycle. I love the Wheel of Fortune, but, the Wheel of Fortune is one of the only cards in the deck that I consider next coming back, but it's not a good card for that. The wheel spins. It is just repeating a cycle. So, I would be very careful of repeating a cycle with a person with this Wheel of Fortune. I would also say that the Wheel of Fortune is about taking control of your destiny, and I feel, it's like I used to spend more time talking about this, but, I don't know, everybody gets it, so I'm getting bored of saying it, right? But what I would say is that the Wheel of Fortune is always spinning. We can take control of the wheel. We have to take control of the wheel. We have to double down on the good stuff that comes into our life, and we have to take care of the bad things very quickly. A lot of people, we hide our bills, we don't pay attention to those things, right? And we just hope they go away, but they never do. So the Wheel of Fortune is about getting rid of the things that are energy vampires, like things that you worry about, challenges, and, obstacles, and it's about doubling down on the good stuff. With the Seven of Wands, you have the Three of Cups. Yeah, celebration, but again, I feel someone wants to kind of have a reunion here. This person could be in the background. I kind of feel that you're over it, so, I would just block this person or do whatever you have to do, right? Next, in the area of the good stuff, you have this beauty card. It says somehow your looks will boost your earning power. It says your inner world must match your outer world for things to change. Yes. So I feel like you need to make sure you're matching energy. You have this card that says new chapters require a new version of you. The Magician is a card of reinvention. So, for a lot of you, with that card saying your looks will somehow increase your earning power, that might not be literal. It could say that, for you to be successful. I'm a big fan of matching energy. It's like, if you want to be successful, go do the things that successful people do. This isn't about like faking it till you make it. I am not a fan of fake it till you make it. I hate when people say that in the first place, right? It's like, I think you can just become whatever you want, but you just have to do the things that they do. It's like successful people, like wherever you want to be successful, like what do those people do? What are the actions they take? The best example I can give you is, for years, I've been getting so many questions where people are like, should I write my book? I'm like, well, real writers write. So the answer is, then you should just be writing every day anyway, because the people who are famous writers, they write every single day, right? So if you don't want to do it, maybe that means if you don't want to write every single day, maybe that means you shouldn't be a writer, right? And not a criticism, you're figuring out what you shouldn't be doing. So maybe there's something else that you can do every day, right? And I feel like that's what this is saying. There are certain things that people who do the thing that you want to do. And it's like, do those things even before you're successful, because then you'll become successful. So I would just be matching energy. I'm a big fan of matching energy right now. I think we're in a time of heightened manifestation anyway. You have the Queen of Swords. Queen of Swords is about seeing things clearly. Again, she has her back to the past. So I feel a lot of you are completely moving on from any weird, past situations or challenges. And I feel you're very clear on what the future is. It is interesting. We have that, eclipse in the middle of October in Libra. And I really feel that eclipse is what brought in the clarity. All of us, like when I did those eclipse readings in the middle of October, every single person had the Queen of Swords. And the Queen of Swords is a card of the clouds clearing, seeing the truth of your life and what direction you should move in. So I feel a lot of people are kind of like seeing the truth on what direction they should move in life. You have the Death card, which is a transformation, of course. And the Death card also can represent leaving a moon period. The sun is coming up right here between the two pillars on the moon, and it just says the sun is coming up. You're, moving in new directions, better directions in your life. You're heading towards, more success and more abundance. And finally, you have the Nine of Pentacles. I really feel that you need to be selfish at this time. Nine of Pentacles, she kind of keeps six pentacles. I'll show you over here. She keeps 6 pentacles for herself, and she's willing to give 3 to any situation that she enters into. That's not necessarily money. It could be her energy. It could be her time, her effort. It could be her attention. She is never over giving, right? And so this amount actually always increases. I always say the better way to look at this is like, this is a percentage. Because she's always filling herself up and she's grateful for the things that she has, this amount over here is actually always worth more, because she's never giving from an empty cup. So, I feel for a lot of you, it's like you could be spending a little bit more time on yourself, which is kind of what this reading is saying. With the Queen of Swords, you have the Six of Cups, inner child for sure. Embracing that inner child, doing those things that make you feel like you are a child again, like you can have fun again. This could also be a soulmate coming in for you at the top here. It wouldn't surprise me if this was an earth sign, or, could also be like a fire sign with a lot of earth in their chart or something like that. It just gives me those vibes. So I'll just say that. With the Death card, you have the Fool. Yeah, definitely a new beginning. You're like taking a leap of faith away after a tower moment of something in your life, and I feel you're just kind of like starting over. With the Nine of Pentacles, you have the Five of Pentacles. Again, this is coming up in the area of the good stuff, so this would tell me that you are focusing on your strengths, and you're probably fixing your financial situation. So I don't feel this is a bad thing at all. Again, I feel like you're attracting like an abundant new beginning is what this reading is saying, a much more abundant new beginning. So let's see here, and really good cards. You have this Bull card that says plenty of material things. Yes, Nine of Pentacles. You're increasing your material wealth or your abundance. You have this Gavel. It says involvement with the law. You do have the King of Swords and the Justice card. King of Swords to me says if you're dealing with something legal, find an expert. Do not screw around. The King of Swords is like a mentor, but and it doesn't matter what gender, by the way, you choose. Like if you're dealing with something legal, find a good lawyer, right? Because the King of Swords represents a person who can solve your problems very quickly. So that's what I would do here. You have this Lily. It says spiritual love on it. So I feel like there could be a very strong spiritual connection coming in for you. You have this mountain. It says major challenge to overcome. You have the Hermit, which says you're standing at the top of the mountain. You've overcome the challenge, but I feel it's almost like it's time to come down from the mountain, or something like that. I feel it's time for you to share your wisdom. Maybe it's time for you to share your story or be an inspiration to other people, like I said. You have this Kite card and says vacation, Two of Pentacles. If you need a vacation, I would definitely take one. You have the World here with the Two of Pentacles right below it. Two of Pentacles doesn't represent vacation, but it represents needing to have more fun, needing to do more things that you love and enjoy, needing to do something like balance your energy. So I think that would be a really good idea. But this is a pretty simple reading here, Libra. I really feel it's just saying like an abundant new beginning, an abundant new chapter in your life. So love it. Thank you for being here, and definitely enjoy your month.